Philadelphia Flyers versus Ottawa Senators. The Philadelphia Flyers and Ottawa Senators meet in Ottawa for a matchup that pits two teams searching for early season consistency. The Flyers, sitting at 3-2-1 and 5th in the Metropolitan Division, have found a solid rhythm after a slow start, leaning on tight defense and opportunistic scoring. The Senators, meanwhile, enter at 2-4-1 and near the bottom of the Atlantic Division standings, struggling to find stability in their own zone despite strong offensive flashes. Both clubs are looking to climb in their respective divisions, with Philadelphia trying to stay within striking distance of the New Jersey Devils, while Ottawa hopes to snap a skid that has exposed defensive lapses and goaltending instability. Goaltending could define this game. The Flyers' Daniel Vladar has been steady between the pipes, posting a 1.75 goals against average and a stellar .929 save percentage through 3 starts. His calm, efficient style has given Philadelphia a reliable backbone in tight games, supported by a disciplined penalty kill operating at 83.3%. Samuel Ersson, the backup, has struggled in limited action, 3.88 GAA, .849 SV%, so expect head coach John Tortorella to ride Vladar once again. Across the ice, Ottawa's situation is murkier. Linus Ullmark, the team's presumptive starter, has a rough 3.80 GAA and an .854 save percentage through 5 appearances, showing signs of wear behind a porous defense. Backup Levi Marilainen hasn't fared better, carrying a 7.23 GAA and a .731 SV%. The Senators' 57.7% penalty kill underscores their defensive woes, a major concern against a Flyers team that capitalizes on special teams opportunities. Offensively, both squads have bright spots. For Philadelphia, veteran Sean Couturier leads the charge with 7 points, 2 goals, 5 assists, demonstrating his value as both a two-way anchor and playmaker. His chemistry with Owen Tippett has been crucial. Tippett's 5 goals, including a power play marker, highlight his ability to find space and finish chances with precision. The Flyers' offense averages 3.00 goals per game despite modest shot totals, 21.7 per game, an indicator of their efficiency and high shot quality. Ottawa, on the other hand, is led by Shane Pinto, who's been a one-man spark plug with 7 goals and a team-high 8 points. Defenseman Jake Sanderson has chipped in 4 assists, showing confidence quarterbacking the power play. Yet despite matching Philly's 3.00 goals per game, Ottawa's 4.71 goals against average is alarming, proof that their offensive surges are being undermined by defensive leaks. Recent form tilts in Philadelphia's favor. The Flyers have won 3 of their last 5, including convincing 5-2 victories over Seattle and Florida, both of which showcased balanced scoring and a strong defensive front. Their only blemishes came against Winnipeg and Carolina, both close contests. Ottawa, conversely, has dropped 4 of its last 5, the latest a 3-2 overtime loss to Edmonton. The Senators' defense surrendered 8 goals to Buffalo and 5 to the Islanders during that stretch, revealing a troubling lack of structure. Even at home, they've struggled to protect leads, going 1-2-1 at Canadian Tire Center. Injuries also play a part in the pre-game narrative. The Flyers will be without defensemen Rasmus Ristolainen, Ethan Sampson, and Oliver Bonk, a hit to their blue line depth, but not catastrophic, given Vladar's form and the team's defensive system. Ottawa's absence is more glaring. Captain Brady Tkachuk remains on injured reserve until mid-December. Without his physical edge and leadership, the Senators have lacked their usual bite, particularly in front of the net and on the forecheck. The standings add weight to this clash. Philadelphia sits in a logjam behind division leaders New Jersey, Carolina, and Pittsburgh, all tied at 10 points, and needs to string together wins to avoid falling behind early. Ottawa, mired near the Atlantic's basement alongside Boston and Buffalo, risks slipping into a familiar hole if their defensive issues persist. A loss here could push them further from the early wild card race, making this matchup more crucial than its October timing suggests. X factors hinge on special teams and puck control. If Philly's penalty kill stifles Ottawa's 26.1% power play and Tippett converts chances, the Flyers hold the edge. But if Ullmark settles in and Ottawa's top six exploit Philly's thin defense, a home upset is possible. Philadelphia enters as the more composed team. With Vladar outperforming Ullmark and steadier defense, the Flyers should edge a tight matchup. Prediction: Flyers 4, Senators 2. Their structure and discipline outlast Ottawa's flashes. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Philadelphia Flyers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. San Jose Sharks versus New York Rangers. Two teams trending in opposite directions meet under the bright lights of Madison Square Garden as the struggling San Jose Sharks, 0-4-2, face off against the surging New York Rangers, 3-4-1. For San Jose, it's been a dismal start marked by porous defense and a string of close but costly losses. The Sharks, still winless through 6 games, sit at the bottom of the Pacific Division with just 2 points. Across the ice, the Rangers are looking to build on a solid home foundation and climb the Metropolitan Division standings, where they currently sit 6th, but within striking distance of .500 hockey. This matchup offers a contrast between a rebuilding West Coast team trying to find its identity and an established Eastern contender looking to regain consistency after an uneven start. Goaltending could define this contest. For San Jose, Yaroslav Askarov, 0-2-1, 5.72 GAA, .838 SV%, and Alex Nedeljkovic, 0-1-0, 3.69 GAA, .890 SV%, have split time, but neither has found rhythm behind a shaky blue line, allowing 4.83 goals per game. The Sharks' defensive injuries only worsen that outlook. On the opposite end, Igor Shesterkin remains the Rangers' backbone with a stellar .957 save percentage, 1.17 goals against average, and 3 wins already under his belt. His calm efficiency contrasts sharply with the Sharks' instability in net. Jonathan Quick, 1-1-0, 2.03 GAA, 911 save percentage, provides veteran insurance, but expect Shesterkin to get the nod as New York looks to lock down a much-needed home victory. Offensively, the Rangers hold the clear edge in firepower, though production has been inconsistent. Artemi Panarin leads the way with 7 points, 2 goals, 5 assists, anchoring both New York's power play and transition game. Defenseman Adam Fox, who already has 3 goals, adds a dynamic element from the blue line. Meanwhile, San Jose's offense is spearheaded by rookie sensation Macklin Celebrini, who's tallied 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists, through his first few games, showing poise well beyond his age. Veteran Jeff Skinner leads the Sharks in goals with 3, while Dmitry Orlov, 5 assists, has quietly been their top playmaker from the back end. The difference lies in efficiency. San Jose generates only 25.2 shots per game, while New York averages nearly 29. Recent form paints a lopsided picture. The Sharks have dropped 5 straight, including a 4-3 loss to the Islanders and a 6-3 defeat to Utah, reflecting a defensive group overwhelmed by opposing pressure. Their penalty kill has been a glaring weakness, sitting at just 68.4%, while their power play converts only 23.8% of opportunities. Conversely, New York's special teams have been reliable. The penalty kill thrives at 88.2%, and their structure has kept them in tight contests despite low goal output, 2.00 goals per game. The Rangers' last 5 include a 4-3 win over Montreal and narrow losses to Toronto and Edmonton, showing their defensive discipline even in defeat. Injuries could be decisive. San Jose is severely depleted on defense, missing key blue liners John Klingberg day-to-day, Shakir Mukhamadullin, Timothy Liljegren, and Ryan Ellis, all sidelined with varying return dates. Captain Logan Couture remains out indefinitely, leaving a leadership void both on and off the ice. The Rangers, by comparison, are relatively healthy. They'll miss Brandon Scanlon, out until October 28, and Vincent Trocheck, IRLT, until early November. But their depth, particularly down the middle with Filip Chytil and Mika Zibanejad, should offset those absences. The X factors lie in each team's ability to dictate tempo. For San Jose, it's goaltending resilience and Celebrini's offensive spark. If Askarov can steady early rebounds and the Sharks' top line capitalizes on the power play, they could hang around. For the Rangers, it's all about forecheck pressure and sustained zone time. Panarin's creativity, Fox's mobility, and Shesterkin's stability create a trifecta that can smother weaker opponents. The Rangers' blue line depth, anchored by Jacob Trouba and K'Andre Miller, gives them the edge against a depleted Sharks attack that struggles to sustain puck possession. The matchup leans heavily toward New York. The Rangers' 1.88 goals against average and perfect home record underline their control, while San Jose's poor road form and 4.83 GAA show clear vulnerabilities. Still, desperation may fuel a stronger Sharks push. Prediction: the Rangers' balanced defense and elite goaltending should prove too much for a depleted San Jose lineup. Expect Shesterkin to continue his Vezina-caliber form, while Panarin and Fox drive the offensive pace. The Sharks may flash moments of promise from Celebrini, but their lack of depth and defensive breakdowns will likely cost them again. Projected score: Rangers 4, Sharks 1. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is New York Rangers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Seattle Kraken versus Winnipeg Jet. The Winnipeg Jets bring a 5-game winning streak into Thursday night's home showdown against the Seattle Kraken, a matchup that pits one of the NHL's hottest teams against a struggling Pacific Division squad searching for traction. Winnipeg enters at 5-1-0, riding momentum and sitting second in the Central Division behind Colorado. Seattle, at 3-2-2, holds third place in the Pacific, but recent road losses have exposed defensive cracks and inconsistency in net. This early-season cross-conference battle offers a contrast in form, a confident Jets team flying high on offensive chemistry versus a Kraken side fighting to steady itself amid mounting injuries. Connor Hellebuyck has been the anchor of Winnipeg's resurgence, carrying a 4-1-0 record with a 2.21 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. His calm presence has allowed the Jets to play aggressively in front, turning defensive stops into transition goals. Backup Eric Comrie also performed well in limited duty, boasting a 2.00 GAA and .943 save percentage. Seattle's goaltending, however, tells a more uncertain story. Joey Decord, 3-1-1, 3.09 GAA, .889 SV%, has flashed moments of brilliance but has struggled to steal games, while Philip Grubauer, 0-1-0, 3.00 GAA, .900 SV%, hasn't found his rhythm early. The edge in the crease clearly favors Winnipeg, especially given their high shot volume and potent power play operating at 30%. Offensively, the Jets have been led by a dynamic trio of Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, and Nikolai Ehlers. Scheifele is off to a blistering start with 10 points, 7 goals, 3 assists in 6 games, driving both 5-on-5 and man-advantage scoring. Connor complements him perfectly with 6 assists and elite vision on the rush, while Ehlers' speed has stretched defenses and created open looks. On the other side, Seattle's attack has sputtered, averaging just 2.71 goals per game. Jaden Schwartz leads the way with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, while Jared McCann, who has 3 goals but is listed day-to-day, remains their most reliable finisher. Jordan Eberle's 4 assists show his playmaking value, but the Kraken lack secondary scoring depth, especially with Mason Marchment and Capo Caco also sidelined. The recent form paints a stark contrast. Seattle has dropped 4 of its last 5, including back-to-back defeats to Washington, 4-1, and Philadelphia, 5-2. Their lone win came in overtime at Toronto, a game that showcased their resilience but also revealed defensive vulnerabilities. Winnipeg, conversely, hasn't lost since opening week. Their past 5 outings include decisive wins over Nashville, 4-1, Philadelphia, 5-2, and the Islanders, 5-2, demonstrating balance and depth across all 4 lines. The Jets' penalty kill has been near perfect at 96.3%, while the Kraken have struggled to convert on just 22.7% of their power plays, a matchup disparity that could loom large. In the standings, Winnipeg's early surge has them tied for second in the Central Division with 10 points, trailing only Colorado. Their confidence at Canada Life Centre, 2-1-0 home record, makes them especially dangerous. Seattle, meanwhile, sits third in the Pacific with 8 points, clinging to early playoff positioning, but facing pressure from fast-starting Vegas and Vancouver. A win in Winnipeg would not only halt their skid, but reaffirm their ability to compete against elite opponents. Injury concerns add complexity for both benches. Seattle remains without key defenseman Brandon Montour, IR until October, 25, and forward Frederick Gaudreau, weakening both their blue line and penalty kill structure. The Jets are healthier, but will miss young forward Cole Perfetti and steady depth pieces like Dylan Samberg and Morgan Barron, all on injured reserve. However, Winnipeg's forward depth, led by veterans Adam Lowry and newcomer Gabe Vilardi, has compensated admirably. The X factors may come down to special teams efficiency and goaltending composure. If Seattle can limit penalties and find net front presence against Hellebuyck, they could steal momentum early. But Winnipeg's chemistry, defensive discipline, and elite top-line execution give them multiple ways to win. Expect Scheifele and Connor to drive the attack once again, while Hellebuyck likely outduels Daccord in a battle of efficiency versus volume. Prediction: Winnipeg 4, Seattle 2. The Jets' offensive rhythm and defensive balance should extend their winning streak to 6, while Seattle's offensive drought continues despite flashes from Schwartz and Eberle. Unless the Kraken rediscover their defensive identity and regain consistency in transition play, the Jets' surge through the Central is poised to roll on with another confident all-around performance. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Winnipeg Jets winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Montreal Canadiens versus Edmonton Oilers. The Montreal Canadiens and Edmonton Oilers square off at Rogers Place on October 23, 2025, in a compelling early-season clash between two teams trending in different directions. Montreal enters at 5-2-0, 2-1-0 away, riding a strong start that has them tied for second in the Atlantic Division with 10 points. The Oilers, meanwhile, sit at 3-3-1, 1-0-1 at home, still searching for consistency in the Pacific Division, where they trail an undefeated Vegas squad. For Montreal, this matchup represents another test in proving their hot start is sustainable. For Edmonton, it's about stabilizing after a mixed road trip and finding their offensive rhythm in front of the home crowd. Goaltending will be pivotal. The Canadiens have leaned on Samuel Montembeault, 2-0-0, 2.36 goals against average, .857 save percentage, and rookie Jacob Dobes, 3-0-0, 1.64 GAA, .939 SV%, who has been a revelation in limited action. Edmonton counters with Stuart Skinner, 2-2-1, 2.17 GAA, 909 SV%, whose steady play has kept the Oilers competitive despite uneven team defense. Backup Calvin Pickard, 1-0-0, 2.54 GAA, .865 SV%, has seen limited action but provides a safety net. The matchup between Montreal's surprising goaltending depth and Edmonton's proven starter could shape the tone early. especially given the Canadiens' tendency to start fast. Offensively, Montreal's balanced attack has been a key driver. Captain Nick Suzuki leads the way with 10 points, 1 goal, 9 assists, in 7 games, orchestrating play with precision, while Cole Caulfield's 5 goals demonstrate his elite finishing ability. For Edmonton, superstar Connor McDavid is, as always, the engine. 8 points, 1G, 7A through 7 games, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has quietly led the team in goals, 4G, 1A. The Oilers' offensive potency hinges on whether their top line can overcome Montreal's disciplined defensive structure and aggressive forecheck. Without Zach Hyman, IRLT, expected return November 1st, McDavid's supporting cast must step up to avoid another slow-scoring night. Recent form favors Montreal. The Canadiens have won 4 of their last 5, including victories over Buffalo, Nashville, and Seattle, twice in overtime, showing resilience in tight contests. Their only stumble came in a narrow 4-3 loss to the Rangers. Conversely, Edmonton has lost 3 of its last 5, including consecutive defeats to New Jersey and Detroit, before escaping Ottawa in overtime. The Oilers' offense has sputtered at times, averaging just 2.57 goals per game compared to Montreal's 3.57, while their penalty kill, 80%, has been solid but not dominant. Injuries loom large for both sides. Montreal remains without Patrick Lane, RW, out until October 25th, Kirby Dach, C, out until October 23rd, and defenseman Kaiden Guhle, IR, November 28th, thinning their forward depth but not their chemistry. For Edmonton, Hyman's absence hurts most, while Kasperi Kapanen, day-to-day, and Matthias Janmark, IR, limit secondary scoring options. Both teams' blue lines have absorbed hits. David Reinbacher and Alec Regula are sidelined, but Montreal's younger defenders have held firm under pressure. In the standings context, this matchup carries early season significance. Montreal can keep pace with division leader Detroit, while Edmonton risks slipping further behind Pacific powerhouses Vegas and Vancouver. The Canadiens' mix of youth, speed, and confident goaltending contrasts with an Oilers squad built on high-end star power but struggling to find balance. X factors could decide this one. For Montreal, Suzuki's playmaking and Dobes' calm presence in net are critical. For Edmonton, McDavid's ability to generate offense against a stingy defense and Skinner's response to Montreal's quick transitions will be defining. Expect special teams to be influential. Edmonton's power play, 25%, has the edge, but Montreal's penalty kill has survived 73.7% of its challenges and can shift momentum with aggressive puck pursuit. Prediction: Montreal's structured play and goaltending edge may frustrate an Oilers team still finding cohesion. Edmonton's home crowd and McDavid's brilliance could spark bursts of offense, but the Canadiens' consistency and balanced attack suggest a slight advantage. Expect a tight, physical game with Montreal edging out Edmonton 4-3, extending their strong October surge while the Oilers continue to search for early season rhythm. Montreal's defensive discipline and quick zone exits should limit Edmonton's sustained pressure, while timely scoring from their top 6 could tilt momentum late. The Oilers' power play remains dangerous, but unless their defensive coverage improves, Montreal's opportunistic forecheck and steady goaltending may prove the difference in another statement win for the Canadiens. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Montreal Canadiens winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.